welcome to today's Cafecito chat. It's today's topic is the property and how to buy a property. Should you buy a property? And the strategies that each one of us who has bought a property has used. Obviously, we're not real estate agents, so this advice is at a personal level and just giving you insight of what we have done, what has worked for us, and what we have seen in regards to buying a property. So that's the conversation topic for today, right? Obviously, we're trying to encourage everybody to think about this, to begin the conversation, to start strategizing since it's the beginning of the year on how to acquire property and literally how to pursue uh, creating that wealth, right? Generational wealth, because that's ultimately what happens. So I'm going to start off with Melanie. I know that you have a property. You are thinking about buying another property from a conversation that we had. So, what was your strategy? When did you first purchase it? And how daunting was it, or how easy was it?
So over the summer, well, actually, we had been talking about upgrading households for a while now. But I was pretty picky in that I was like, well, I have this problem in my current house. I have this problem in my current house. It only makes sense for us to move to a house that solves these problems. So it was, a true need. It wasn't, oh, I just went, yes, it's a luxury. Do I need the upgraded house? No. Would it make my life a whole lot easier? Yes. I loved the neighborhood that I currently live in. And so after kind of looking around, looking at options, it was like, no, I really love my neighborhood. I want to stay in my neighborhood. But I think the only floor plan that would work for us is this specific floor plan with this specific bonus room. And I knew that that was a popular plan in my neighborhood anyway, because it worked so well for so many people. So I just kind of had to be patient for one to pop up. And one did pop up, one that actually had extra. It even has a pool, which I was not going for. It didn't need a pool. But does it hurt in Florida? Absolutely not. It does add value to the house and it would help with resale as well. So you have to think about that too. As you're buying a house, unless it's going to be your retirement home, you already need to be thinking about resale. How is it, is it going to be easy to offload this house when the time comes? So there may be things that you don't want or don't need. For instance, I don't need 4 full bathrooms. I don't. But is it going to help with resale when the time comes? Yeah, absolutely. There was one conversation I had, oh, well, can I convert this bathroom to a closet? My real estate agent looked at me. He's like, don't you even think about it. That is not good for resale. So you've got to think about that too. So a home did come up in my neighborhood. We did put an offer on it. Thank you to Northrop Grumman Federal Credit Union. We got a very, very good rate. And we probably would not have been able to make it work if it hadn't been for the credit union. So thank you, Northrop Grumman, on that one. But also, I also knew that it wouldn't work unless I could hold both mortgages at the same time. I have a cat, 2 chinchillas, 2 guinea pigs, and a bunny rabbit. Nobody is going to let me rent out their house or go into an apartment with that many animals. So I knew that it was also only going to work out if we could hold both mortgages. So there were several gates that we had to get through. And it was like, hey, this doesn't work unless we get a good rate. This doesn't work unless I can carry both mortgages at the same time. So we kind of went through all of this and it all worked out. So we ended up closing on this house during the week before Labor Day. And so it allowed me to have several weeks of moving from one property to another, even though it's 2 blocks away. We slowly brought things over, and then we hired a mover to pick up all the furniture and bring it over one weekend. So that house, the other house, is currently on sale. So that's a challenge now, is we're now getting into a buyer's market instead of a seller's market. When I bought this house, we were in the seller's market. Now it's flipping, so I'm kind of getting a little meh. It is now a buyer's market in my area. We have several homes in my neighborhood up for sale, including mine. And it has been for sale officially since Halloween. So we're hoping we'll get a little bit more traffic coming through and that we can offload this house as soon as possible. But there might be a point in 2 months where we say, hey, we need to talk about renting because we are putting money into that home. We are paying the mortgage. We're paying HOA fees and things like that. So there could be a point, and my husband and I have been talking about, hey, at what point, if we don't have an offer by this time, we need to start, putting this up for rent so that we aren't continually losing. And it just may not be a good time to sell a house, and sometimes that happens. So that's kind of something that we've been going through over the last few months. And in the meantime, that house is sitting there, and things are breaking. We just had to have our garage door fixed. That was $1,000. And then somebody was walking through our house on Saturday morning and said they smelled gas in the courtyard. Sure enough, we have a gas leak in the grill line outside. So then we had to do an emergency shutdown of the gas, and now I'm having to take care of that. So on top of paying mortgage, on top of paying HOA fees, I'm also paying repair fees on the other house just so that it can get up. Oh, and the disposal also seized up on us because it just hadn't been used for months. And so that one also decided to seize up. So yeah, it's been daunting. It's been a challenge, but everything happens for a reason. I just have faith that things will work out the way that it's supposed to. But I am very happy in my new house, and it's suiting us very, very well, especially since I work from home. It's been quite lovely. So I'm happy with the decision that we made. But yeah, I've got a few challenges. Hopefully we'll get to selling this house really soon, and we may have to talk about, bringing the asking price down as more homes are going up for sale, and we're starting to see those prices come down for us to be competitive. So we're in constant talks with my real estate agent on what we can do. But I have opinions. I was like, I don't think I'm going to move this house if I drop it by 5,000. I don't think that's going to do it. I mean, if it's something like 20,000, I think that would make people bring. But then, I mean, that's a big hit for a lot of homes in this area. So anyway, I could go on and on, but yeah.
No,
Let me know if
it's
you have
good
any
insight.
questions.
It's good insight, Melanie. It's good for you to share the problems or issues or concerns that you are going through as a owner, right?
Mhm.
Especially in this market. And I do see